Okay, good afternoon and welcome along. This is the 1 year anniversary of the YouTube channel, and that's why we've got the little candle up in the corner there. As I've said, if you've read the description for the video, as well as it being a 1 year anniversary, I've also made a little gaffe, and that is that today being Good Friday, the markets are closed, as you can see here. So that does mean that I'll not be able to invest in real time this week. But nevertheless, let's get on ahead and put in the normal weekly amount. So that's £120 invested into the S&P 500. The Vanguard flavour of that, using Trading 212's practice platform as always, and as you can see, that's going to buy roughly 1.92 shares, 93, but that order is pending, and as I say, the reason being that the market is closed. If we just have a quick look at the state of play, remember this is a year in. So the journey started sometime in April 2022, which falls somewhere around there, roughly speaking. There's the 4th of April. And as you can see, actually, the if we had, and I'm not saying that it was definitely the 4th of April, I don't recall off the top of my head. If you do want to go back and check, you probably could. But yeah, if it were the 4th of April that we started investing, hypothetically at that point, the lowest price we would have got in at was about £64.47. And as you can see from the green dotted line, the average purchase price is currently sitting at 62.57, well below that point, and obviously the reason for that being is that price has fluctuated. It has fallen well below that point for significant periods of time since then. It has of course been way above as well. And a bit of a roller coaster as time has gone on. The net result, a year after starting this fire journey / experiment, whatever you want to call it, is that today, albeit the market's closed, we're sitting with a portfolio value of 6,205. Which is down about £35 compared to the amount that was invested, or 0.55%, and that's over the year. If you've been watching the channel, you'll have heard me refer to dollar cost averaging several times, and despite the fact that there's a slight difference in the average purchase price and the current market value, as you can see, those two lines are not that far apart, and certainly, if we had simply invested at that point, the 4th of April, at £64.40 something, and we hadn't touched that investment to take advantage of dollar cost averaging, that gap would be significantly bigger, and arguably, the value of the investment would be reduced by an increased amount as a result. So, if nothing else, hopefully this first year has proven the value of dollar cost averaging. Now, it would be irresponsible to probably say that and not include the fact that dollar cost averaging works in both directions. So If the market value is rising, then as you add more money to your portfolio, you are tending to gradually increase the average purchase price. However, there is another aspect to that which does actually work in our favour, and that other aspect is that the more you increase, if you keep the amount that you're increasing your investment by kind of on a par, so let's say for us it's £120 a week. If you keep that fairly constant, well, as time goes on, given the fact that you've got more and more invested, the amount of effects that you can have in dollar cost averaging is reduced. So let's take a very simple example. Let's say we were in our first week of investing. We had invested our first £120, and then if the price showed a significant change between the first and second week, well, when we come along to invest the second £120, we are actually doubling the amount invested, and hence we can have a significant impact on the average purchase price. However, on the other hand, if you had, let's say you had 100,000 invested, and you come along and you put in a further £120, even if the price had shifted by a lesser amount, even if the price had shifted by a greater amount than in the first example, the effect that you're going to be able to have in terms of dollar cost averaging in comparison to such a large portfolio value is negligible. You're not really going to shift the average purchase price by very much at all, simply by dint of the fact that £120 as compared to 100,000 is less than 1%. So the ability to dollar cost average there is so much smaller. Just to take a quick look at figures, so this will probably relate to yesterday. Yesterday for the day, I'm going to say the market rose a bit less than 0.5%. Basically the same across the board for the week. That almost looks as if virtually all that growth happened yesterday. Bit of optimism there actually for the market heading into a bank holiday weekend. That's good to see. It's reassuring. There had been some mention in the press recently talking about house prices, or rather not so much house prices, but the interest mortgage rates starting to fall back, particularly for shorter term mortgage deals, so the likes of a 2-year fix. Apparently the interest on that is starting to creep back down again, even in advance of any reduction by the Bank of England. So I suppose that combined with other things has maybe given some optimism to the market. I've noticed as well at the pumps the price that we're paying for a litre of diesel is really very little different now to what it was pre-Ukraine. And I think we should welcome that cautiously, because I'm sure that the oil market hasn't finished with surprises for us as yet, but not to worry. So just to looking a bit further back than the week a month ago, the price was about 3% higher than it is now. we are up just over 2% on this time 3 months ago. Look, you can see the shape of the thing here. It's been a roller coaster since basically since November 21. And with that in mind, you're gonna, just depending on whereabouts on the rise or the dip these intervals fall, that's going to give you these slight variations. So as I say, lower by 3% as compared to this time a month ago, up by 2% compared to this time 3 months ago, down by basically 2.75% compared to this time 6 months ago, and compared to this time a year ago, down 4%. So guys, that's a quick roundup summary of the market, and that is how things look as they stand. Just to take a quick look, because I'm sure you've noticed I've got these are leveraged representations of the S&P 500 as well, both actually supplied by different organizations than Vanguard. Vanguard doesn't, I don't know if they actually do leveraged funds. If they do, I haven't seen them. But if you happen to know differently, please let me know in the comments. The reason I like to look at these is I like to compare the shape of the graph basically.